Photoshop is expensive. Many systems can't run it. Alternative programs for Photoshop all have some issues. They have a terrible user interface, or they can't match Photoshop capabilities. The most similar free program to Photoshop is a website called Photopea. Today, I'm going to challenge Photopea in 10 levels to see if it's really worth it or not. At first, these are a bit annoying. We create a new project 1920 to 1080. It works smoothly and it's good. Here we have an image of Michelle Haneke, one of the great. Let's crop it a bit. It does well with the small tasks. It's exactly like Photoshop here. It has all the adjustments. Camera raw filter doesn't have a lot of sections, but it has the essentials like light and color. For example, I'm looking for a vignette effect that the darkness or lightness the corners of the photo, and it doesn't have that. The dodge tool makes things a bit unnecessarily wide and isn't very smart. The liquify panel is similar to Photoshop. There are too many tools. Sydney. Here's our final photo. Level 1 score 7 out of 10. Challenge 2. Classic Photoshop. We want to create and style text using adjustments, preferably as a 3D text. Here, I've combined these two, and let's go to the style menu. Wow, the style menu is complete. It has everything Photoshop has, and here it even has a 3D tool I hadn't seen before. In Photoshop for 3D, we could use shadows and other things and combine them to create a 3D effect. But here, it has the separate section, which is really nice. It really turned out well, especially this 3D section where we can overlook its slowness. This phases over and my score is 9. Challenge 3. Photo manipulation. We have 3 images here. First, second, third. Let's start by cropping this one. The pen tool is no different, and I even think it's smoother. For hair, since we have a lot to do, and especially I won't crop hair area. It has modify section, which improves the cut. What if it did this cut automatically? Oh, the select subject tool is not free here, and if you want it, you have to pay $5 a month. But the selection tool is here, and you can select everything with one click. Couldn't select this part of the hat well. When I try correct it, it randomly jumps from the hat to the grass, which is very strange. Now we're stuck here. These parts doesn't work at all. After 10 clicks, it finally works. This is what the program selected automatically, and this is what I made with pen tool. They're almost the same, but the pen tool selection is more accurate and natural. Selection tool is less useful than Photoshop. Now, let's check the tool I was looking for. Here, the background eraser doesn't remove the background. And it's no different from a regular eraser. It just works slower, and if you want to separate the hair from the background like Photoshop, it's useless. So we'll skip the hair part. For this kind of photo, I needed the color mixer in the camera raw filter, which could have changed the wheat fill's color completely, but this option isn't available, so it takes longer. We can also use the brush tool for these areas. Keep in mind that the default brush is limited in number, but you can add your own. Turned out well. Challenge 4. Movie poster. We'll design a movie poster for a popular film Joker with some effects and typography. Let's start. Photoshop had a tool called Remove tool, and that isn't available here, so we'll use the spot healing instead. Wow, it has a lot of fonts, and this is great. Default fonts are plentiful, and they are really interesting and high quality. 9. We'll design a relatively simple logo and test the program's vector tools. Open a new project in large dimensions for printing. Oh, I want to set the profile to CMYK. It doesn't have that. This is a big flaw because this profile is very important for printing. Since the project size is large, it doesn't work very well and lacks the speed needed. Yes, we can give it some perspective adjustment. I keep trying to find a major bug or flaw in it, but I can't, except for its slowness, which is okay for now and we can tolerate it. It's almost done. It could be used as a YouTube channel logo, but it doesn't have more potential than this. Of course, it's not a vector program, neither is Photoshop 6.5. Designing a music album cover for The Dark Side of the Moon by Pink Floyd, combining a photo and effects. It's a simple cover. I didn't want to use anything too complex. It fits our purpose and suitable for testing. All these free fonts can really help if you are dealing with fonts, especially if you are making thumbnails for YouTube. A very useful feature is that you can see the last 10 colors you copied, and it's really nice. You know, if you are working with Photoshop, you know it's so great. In Photoshop, for example, if you want to drag something down, a helper ruler activates to line it, but here you have to manually activate the ruler. Here's our final cover for Pink Floyd. But if we wanted to use some filters, it would be harder to add them to our work. It has some interesting filters, but not as extensive as Photoshop, and it's slow to process. 8.5. We'll do a simple retouch on this photo and see if it's useful for photographers. The remove tool from Photoshop is really helpful here, and it's the third time it's not available. The burn tool, like dodge tool, shouldn't darken these areas. Doesn't matter where you apply it, it's just darkness. It can handle a simple retouching, but for someone doing more advanced retouching, it's not suitable. Challenge 8. Special graphic text with iStem. Oh my god, Photopea is really lagging now. The font loading never took this long before. So far, it's looking good. I'm following a tutorial and it works the same way in Photoshop. Now I need a pattern. Yes, we can add it. I didn't expect to do this for free. Let's add some snow effects and make it completely snowy. Personally, I expected to be missing some features and would be able to criticize it, but that wasn't the case, and it was really good. Challenge 9. Working with heavy files. Since Photopea can open Photoshop files, these are a separate layer. All these balls, all this meat. If I try to move this is hard. I'm trying to select this part of the ball. Here's what it's like. It selects random stuff. I'm using the pen tool instead. It's painfully slow and it's impossible to work with. For a simple task like moving one layer, it's really lagging. If you're considering using this for a thumbnail, I'd recommend avoiding it if it has similar complexity or more layers and effects. Number 10. Creating a complete digital art with Photopea. yes, we needed some gradients here, here, and here. This feature is really good because when you drag one side, it stretches the other side as well. Oh no, it's really starting to slow down. It's getting frustrating to work with it. It's so slow and laggy that I can't continue anymore. Let's skip this step. The main issue is its slowness. It's better to warp up the video here. I hope you enjoyed this video and you gained a better perspective on Photopea. If you're interested in comparing software, reviews, and similar topics, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Thank you.